Well, John, I am delighted to be here talking about the amazing work that Peace does and the wonderful and long partnership United Way of Central New York has had with Peace Incorporated. When I think about all of the ways that Peace touches lives and that we're able to work together to do that, I think of people who work so hard, and Peace is able to work in partnership with us to help do their tax returns so they benefit from the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Care Tax Credit. I think about Peace's leadership and role in the Cash Coalition, and again, thinking together about how we help working families in our community benefit from anything that's available to them. When I think about the services that our community is trying to do to deal with issues like literacy and helping children from birth till kindergarten get to kindergarten ready to succeed and thrive and be part of the future of our community, Peace is there with United Way and so many other partners. And then I think there's a very special place in my heart for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and that's been a program United Way has supported for a very long time. So it's great that you're here and
appreciate the opportunity to come in. When I started with Peace Incorporated, Big Brothers Big Sisters last September, I had done my research prior to my arrival here. But it wasn't until I actually started working for Peace and going to the staff meetings and talking to all the other people that worked there that I didn't realize the broad scope of services that Peace Incorporated offered to the community. And of course, I'm familiar now with Big Brothers Big Sisters program, but I'm still learning every day about the wonderful things that Peace Incorporated does for the Central New York community.
And you will continue to learn, because the one thing I've learned over the many years of my career is that every single person I interact with, whether it's someone participating in a program or a service that one of our partner agencies offers, or whether it's the amazing staff, and I know Peace staff are incredibly dedicated, many have been with you so many years, I learn all the time. I mean, I learn how resourceful people are who happen to have economic challenges. I learn how amazingly committed people are to their children, how amazingly committed the staff are to connecting people with opportunities. And at United Way, we talk about sort of pathways. And certainly Peace is key to that. And of course, many people in this community prior to your coming know Oscar. So Oscar sort of was the face of Big Brothers Big Sisters for a long, long time and did so much. And I know that you have followed into a program that is so incredibly well run and such committed volunteers. And I'll share a personal story. I have a close friend who grew up in Chicago, in the inner city, in an economically challenged family, and he watched other kids going in different directions. There were lots of choices available to kids, and he said there was actually a police officer in his community who paid attention to the kids. And that police officer became his role model. And he said anytime there was a choice in his life, he thought, is that going to keep me from being like Officer Tom?
Mentoring comes in many, many forms. You know, and one of the first things that struck me when I joined the Peace family was the staff. And people ask me, how's everybody at Peace? The one word that sticks out is professional. And it starts at the top. And Joe O'Hara, Executive Director, just a great leader, leads by example. And you touched a little bit about Oscar. And in 19 and a half years that he was the director of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, he still works for Peace Incorporated on a much less smaller basis now, but whenever I do interact with him, which is once a week or so, I refer to him now as Legend. I just say, Legend, hey Legend, how's it going? But I always told Oscar when I took over for him that I got huge shoes to fill, and he would always wave it off and laugh it off, but it's true. The success that he established here and the relationships that he nurtured all along, you know, it's kind of a daunting task to take over for someone like that, but I'm up to it.
And I know that what Oscar would say to you is that it's really that he's proud to have built such a foundation and a community of support, and so I don't think he's worried about you filling his shoes. I think he's totally focused on the kids, and that's what Peace does. I mean, it's all about the folks who receive services, and we at United Way are proud to have Joe O'Hara as a member of our board of directors, and he certainly has been a great voice for us as we think about how can the United Way have the greatest impact, and how can we be the best partner to organizations like Peace. And I have the opportunity to work with a number of the staff at your various centers around the community. Most recently, Rashida Caldwell has been very involved in the Greater Syracuse Hope efforts, and we are looking forward to some really great partnerships and supporting some new efforts with children to be more involved in their community, to get some work experience. And so
You touched on Rashida. Talk about energy. Okay, talk about a big heart. We're trying to expand our services a little bit with Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have our traditional community-based mentoring where we have a big and a little matched up. But we are also, a lot of people don't know that we have school-based mentoring that takes place where we bring 3rd to 6th graders to the high school bigs, the 9th through 12th graders, or we bring the bigs, the high school bigs, to the 3rd to 6th graders. And we are also in a corporate-based mentoring situation with big BNY Mellon of Central New York, and they have their corporate office out near Carrier Circle. And twice a month, we're able to bring our McKinley Brighton Littles out to them, and they work with the employees out there for an hour twice a month, and that's gone really, really well. So we're trying to expand our services, branch out a little bit into the community, and touch the lives of young people in various ways.
And I think it's great because people do have different abilities of time. So the fact that you're looking at how can a group support children and how can you bring groups of kids is great. And you know, the story I started to tell you about my friend in Chicago, sort of the neat ending to that story is not only did he follow in the footsteps of that police officer, he actually became the deputy director of the FBI.
Whoa.
So he spent his career, first he was in the Marines, and then he was in the FBI. So the opportunity for a caring adult who's paying attention can make all the difference. And that's why I'm such a believer in the Big Brothers Big
A lot of the
Sisters
littles in
program.
our program eventually do become bigs down the road. So I don't have a success story quite as remarkable as that, but some of the success stories that we've run across in the 8 months that I've been here, very touching. I know we shape the lives of young people. There's no question about that.
So I think the breadth and scope of Peace's reach is really incredible, and delighted to help salute the organization on the 50-year anniversary and looking forward to the next 50.
I'm glad I'm a part of it.